Hi, my name is Erica I.M. and welcome to my YouTube channel. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be updated on more video content in the future. Today this video is about me showing you things that you will need to have prepped on hand in case shit hits the fan. With that being said, let's take a look. The first thing you want to do is keep your food supply stocked. I have a family of 4, so I tend to buy in bulk. This bag is a 25-pound bag of rice, and this is also a huge can of tuna, which can feed a family of 4 to 6, so that way you'll still be able to have access to your meats. I also like to buy the almond milk in bulk, just in case the power goes out. Kids will still have milk to use with the cereal. And right along with the food, you want to make sure you stay stocked up on water. Doesn't really matter which brand of water you choose, just make sure you have enough. These bottles here I like to use for cooking, and then the smaller bottles will be used for drinking. Now if you just so happen to lose your water supply and your electricity, this is a good investment here. You can buy the 5-gallon bottles of water, and I found the Prima water dispenser from Lowe's, and this thing was only $10, and you pretty much just put it on the top of the water jug and you pump and you have your own watering system. So that's a very inexpensive way to make sure you have good water supply, just in case things don't, you're unavailable to get to the store. So I would definitely suggest to buy the 5-gallon bottles of water. It tends to be less waste, especially if you have kids. Sometimes they don't really drink the entire water bottles and you find it wasted. So that's just another idea that you can look into as far as your water supply. So right now I've gone over different water supplies. Also making sure that you buy your food in bulk. It's just easier to store more food when it's in bulk opposed to 50, 60 smaller cans, but it's your choice. And also remember to make sure that you have a can opener handy, just in case you lose power, you'll still be able to open that food. So next I'm gonna come over here to the essential items. You wanna make sure you have your TP stocked up just in case you're unable to get to the store, as well as a first aid kit, and then you want to make sure you have medicines on hand. Here I purchased a bunch of cold and flu medicine just in case someone gets sick and you can't make it out of your home. Emergency for that vitamin C to keep your immune system going. I also have some allergy tablets, as well as Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus, Tylenol Severe Flu, and some Tylenol PM for pain. You always want to make sure you have enough medicine available, as well as your essential items such as toothpaste, soap, tissue, and things that you may need to wash clothes and things of that nature. Next, you want to make sure you keep your candles. I bought votive candles just to keep in case of emergencies. I also have some bigger candles in the back that I'll use if we ever lose power. And just in case you can't make it out to the store, it's okay to use the candles that you may have been using to decorate the home. They all work the same. Here I found this flashlight set at Costco. Duracell. It came with 3 high power flashlights plus the batteries. That is something good that you're going to want to have on hand. I have a family of 4, so I always need to have at least 4 to 5 flashlights available. Haven't opened these yet, bought them for emergency purposes, but I'll definitely open them when the time comes. And if you look at these flashlights here, these flashlights I bought from a website called For Patriots. You pretty much charge them up by setting them in the sunlight, so they're solar powered. These also do a number of things when it comes to emergency situations. So if you're not guaranteed to have batteries on hand, sometimes it's best to invest in some solar power equipment as well. That way you won't get caught out here with the proper tools that you need. Speaking of that, this here is also a solar powered phone charger, just in case you lose power. All you have to do is sit this in the sun, and you just sit your phone right on top once it's powered up, and it'll be enough to, you know, keep the power going on several of the cell phones. So that's a good investment for you to have also. And of course, you want to make sure you keep cigarette lighters on hand, matches, just so you'll be able to light the candles once the power and the gas goes off. You don't want to get caught without having a source of fire to keep everything going. Next, I'll move over here to protection. You know, I'm a female, so my armory is not as extensive as most guys would be, but I would advise that you, if you have a firearm, keep your firearm available and make sure you have plenty of ammunition. You don't want to buy your ammunition in single packs. If you can, just invest in getting a large amount of ammunition at one time. That way you don't have to worry about running out in case an emergency happens. Also, here we have defense spray, bear spray. That is your number one option to use if you need to defend yourself from someone. So you always want to keep that on hand. And then I have this lovely knife that I just love so much. I'm just showing you this because this is also a form of protection. Wouldn't necessarily advise to use it, but in an emergency situation, if it's your life against somebody else, you know, you may not have any other choice. And with that being said, you want to make sure that you have your protection in case shit hits the fan, because you don't know if someone's going to come to your home and try to invade your space. So just keep some form of protection available. You know, whether it's the spray, whether it's, you know, a baseball bat, something. Everything helps out in situations where it's your life against someone else's. And I'll just double back here to the essentials once more. Make sure you keep all the medicines that you know your family will need. Try to keep the inhalers and try to keep the insulin stocked in advance, especially in case stuff actually happens. You don't want to get caught out here, you know, off guard. And then I would also tell you to make sure you keep cash. Cash on hand is paper currency in case we lose access to the ATMs or we're unable to hit the banks. You'll have cash out here so that you can barter for the things you need. Now right here I have a bunch of 20s, but ultimately it's my goal to go out here and convert most of these 20s into $5 bills, because $5 bills will be easier to barter with, especially if you're in a situation where they can't give you change back. And with that being said, you also want to keep some change. You definitely will need change in case shit hits the fan and you want to be able to pay with the correct amount. And change is always good. I pre-rolled some of my change. Rolls of $10 worth of dimes, nickels, quarters. That also helps people out if they're caught in situations and you go into a grocery store and they don't have change. You can pay with change, and then it'll help them to help out other people. So with that being said, some of the things you definitely want to have on hand if shit hits the fan this year is your food supply. Try to buy in bulk if possible, unless it's just you or a two-person household. You don't need to buy these big cans. You don't want to open all this food and waste it if you don't need to. Secondly is your water supply. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you're buying gallons of water, bottles of water, cases of water, or you can invest in buying these 5-gallon jugs of water with the Primo water dispenser, which I said I only paid $9.99 for that dispenser at Lowe's. And all you do is insert it into the bottle, twist, and you pump, and there you have it. So you don't even need an expensive water cooler to use that. Your medicines, you have your flashlights and your solar power sources, so that if you do lose electricity, you'll still have ways where you can get that energy you need to keep doing what you're doing. at least for the long run until things go back to normal. And last but not least would be your protection, whether that's your firearms, your ammunition. You know, try to get as much ammunition as possible. Buy it in bulk just in case we're in a situation where things happen and you just can't get out of the house. So with that being said, this is a quick tutorial of things that I think you'll definitely benefit from having on hand this year, just in case shit hits the fan. So again, my name is Erica I Am. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And make sure you hit the notification bell if you'd like to watch more of my content that I will be posting in the future. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'm out.